Alright, what's up, metalheads? It's your main man, Eddie Monster here. That's right, we've got another exciting edition of 5 Minutes or Less. Today I'm covering an album from a band that I didn't have on my bingo card for 2025, but with that being said, I heard too much noise about it and had to go and check it out. So on August 15th, which is the date of the recording of this, Chevelle released their 10th studio album, Bright As Blasphemy, which is their first record since they left Epic Records. So that means they went independent, and there's been a lot of chatter about the record, saying the band were literally pulling their hair out, trying to put it back in, that kind of deal. So this was a very stressful album, but it was also opening for them because the band's two brothers that are still left in the band, which is Sam and Pete, were the ones that produced it. So they were told to just be creative, right? And I gotta be honest, that's exactly where they were. They were creative. One of the things I did notice is these guys definitely come from the school of Tool, as Pete just does this thing where he just sounds so much like Maynard James Keenan, and I love it. I'm not knocking it at all. The band has a lot of great tracks on this record that, going back, it reminds me of old Chevelle mixed with a little bit of the new and everything in between. As far as everything lyrically, if you were to listen to every song on this album, from Rabbit Hole, Coward Part 1, or Jim Jones, Coward Part 2, or Blood in the Field, Shocked at the End of the World, you would think that this album was written in the perspective of a doomsdayer. Somebody who was just sitting there looking at their phone, being like, oh my God, what is going on in this world right now? And I feel like that's exactly what I think the band was kind of going for. I don't know if this was a concept record of sorts. It certainly feels that way from beginning to end. But I thoroughly enjoyed this album very, very much. I think it's one of the best that this band has done since the album, I can't remember the name of it, but the one that has The Red, I think it's called The Red, is their band's first record. But yeah, some of my favorite stuff. Probably one of my favorite albums of 2025 so far. That's right, I'm saying it. Lots of great stuff on it. AI Phobic is great. But one song that I absolutely loved on this album is Karma Goddess. I just think from beginning to end, it's got that very just nice, crunchy, sludge, doom-like sound to it that just is absolutely awesome. It's like a chef's kiss for the whole record. But that's probably my favorite track. And I would have to go, obviously, Pale Horse for me, Rabbit Hole, and Jim Jones, some of my favorite songs on the album. So I think you guys should definitely check it out. I think it's some of the best work the band's done, and they're on an independent label, which means they are free to explore their musical avenues as best as they want. So go and check it out. I am going to give Chevelle's album, Bright As Blasphemy, I'm going to give it an A- for a final grade. You heard it here. 5 minutes or less. Subscribe to the channel for more content. We try to bring it to you all the time. Stay metal.